Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests today are from Family Folk Machine, the intergenerational music organization in Iowa City. Please welcome April Clark, Jean Littlejohn, and John Renard. Welcome to all three of you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis.
Great to have you here. We have had the Family Folk Machine on the Culture Crawl many times, but for the sake of those who maybe haven't heard of it, before we start talking about all the changes that you've had to make, as all performing arts organizations have had to do during the pandemic, who wants to give me the capsule description of what Family Folk Machine is about?
I'd be happy to do that. We're an intergenerational choir based in Iowa City. We meet at the Iowa City Johnson County Senior Center, and we have singers of all ages, and we play with a band, and we draw instrumentalists also from the choir to play with us at concerts. And we consider ourselves a community building organization and a performance organization, and we also have a strong sort of educational component to our mission for our own members and for our audience.
Jean, you're the director. John, you're the associate director. And April, you're the chairperson of the board. April, why don't you tell me about the changes that you've had to make regarding scheduling and programming because of the pandemic?
Certainly. Well, we had a great program planned for the spring. It was going to be so much fun. We were celebrating the 50th anniversary of Earth Day with a program entitled One Planet. And we drew from a wide variety of music, both by well-established artists and newer compositions, and even some contributions by our own members. But that didn't really work out. We had to cancel our performance because even if things are safe to perform in May, which is looking dubious, we just wouldn't have had the rehearsal time necessary to have that prepared to do a great concert in May like we'd hoped to. So rather than give up on the hard work that we'd already done with all that music and with the work that our band had also put in, we decided to just sort of transpose, to use a musical term, that concert into a new key for fall. So I think we'll probably have mostly the same content for our concert in the fall, maybe a few changes depending on what happens in the next months, because nobody really ever knows that for sure. But we hope to do a concert in November with our One Planet program.
Now, I'm guessing that just because you postpone the concert doesn't mean that you have completely ceased operations and things like everybody else. I'm sure that you're finding ways to continue to work with your community, stay in touch, maybe keep some kind of programs and services going, particularly for the younger participants in the choir and the band. So, John, walk me through what you all are trying to get accomplished remotely.
Well, we just did a little bit of brainstorming very recently about how we can keep everybody connected. And there will be, I believe, a weekly email that will go out just to sort of touch base with everyone. Included in that email will be some short video clips with vocal warm-ups and exercises and fun things that they can do, and those will change each week. So they can do those on their own. We're also looking at a couple of new songs that we may get arranged and have some practice tracks ready. And we just want to do what we can to keep people engaged and to keep them interested and to keep music going, and the camaraderie and the friendships that are developed in a group like this are pretty wonderful. And we don't want to leave anyone out. We want to give everyone the opportunity to continue to communicate and to do whatever we can all through music. So that's the basic idea. And we haven't really worked out all the kinks yet, but we've got some things in motion.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jean.
Let's see. So just a week ago, we had our first ever virtual open mic using Zoom, and it went really well. About 15 people were able to perform songs in their own home, or a couple people played videos that they had made of original songs. And it was such a successful event for people that we're going to start doing those virtual open mics more often. So we're going to do another one next month and probably also in June. And it's a way for people to have a goal at home where they can prepare a song, and that helps them. You just have a way to work on their individual musicality at home, even when we can't be doing it together. And it's good for us because part of our mission is to help individuals find that place where they can build up their own musical skills. And so we're just trying to sort of pivot and think of ways that we can continue to encourage that musical development, even though we can't do it together in a group. So we have several ideas for that, and one of them is through this open mic.
Everyone's figuring out how to pivot right now. And for performing arts organizations, it's even harder because while Zoom is great for meetings and chats and virtual happy hours, the lag is just too much. You can't play, an ensemble can't play together using this tool as good as it is.
April, did you have something?
Oh, yeah, I wanted to say that in kind of a surprising way, doing our open mic online added some new opportunities for my kids, especially. I usually write an original song for an open mic thing and maybe involve my kids, but this was a way that they could really include their own talents in it. And we made a kind of a fun video that they got to be little actors and comedians and even do some musical contributions too. My kids are doing their best to keep up with some academics during this time when they're not in school, but they get a little bored with the prescribed activities that their school suggests. So we think a creative project like this counts as homeschooling. Loves to play his trombone, but he doesn't have group band right now. So he got to do a special trombone feature in my song. So I think it's great how Family Folk Machine is offering us the opportunity to be a little more creative and do some fun family things.
And some of these things are things, like you said, making music video, probably not something that you would have even done had the season not been changed. So it does, even though it takes a lot away, there are also things that it adds as well. I know that you also have a songwriting group. Are they continuing to work together and clinic during this time too?
Yes, we have a meeting on Sunday.
Yeah, so the ongoing songwriting machine shop is, they're going to be meeting to share ideas and new songs, but we're also excited that Gayla Drake, another of our associate directors, is going to be offering her songwriting mastery class to Family Folk Machine members through Zoom. She first offered that class a couple years ago, and it was the seed for our current songwriting workshop with those sort of seasoned members. And so now we're hoping to grow a new crop of them with a new class. And I think there's every reason to think that that will be very successful even over Zoom. And we've thought about too, maybe after that class finishes, that there are some other class type offerings that we can make in a virtual way, things that we wouldn't have time for during our usual busy rehearsal session. So I'm looking forward to developing some stuff like that that we can share with people for extra sort of musical enrichment and individual learning.
Can new people come on board now and take advantage of some of these things, or are you allowing new members to come in even though you aren't really meeting and things like that? But if families are looking particularly for these kind of enrichment activities, can they participate?
I was thinking about that a little bit because during our regular rehearsal session, we send out weekly announcement emails, and they're usually just like all these nitty-gritty details of be here at this time and stuff like that. But I started thinking of these email community building letters we're going to be sending out more as newsletters now. And it made me wonder if we should invite, like maybe through our Family Folk Machine Facebook friends or something, if somebody was feeling a need for that type of connection and wanted access to some of our materials, that maybe we could open that up So yeah, I think if people wanted to kind of be involved in our virtual community now, they should feel free to reach out. They can contact me directly through the Family Folk Machine website, familyfolkmachine.org, or through our Facebook page. And of course, we'd be happy to have people join us, even if it's at a distance.
Well, congratulations on finding some ways to continue to serve and build and increase your community, even during this time when we can't get together and listen to music and play music together or do shows. Good luck. And again, if anybody wants more information or maybe even to get involved on behalf of them or their family, they can go to your Facebook page or visit your website, which, Jean, once again is?
familyfolkmachine.org.
Well, I want to thank the three of you for taking the time to be with us today. Good luck, and hopefully, cross our fingers, we'll have a concert to promote in the fall.
Thank you so much, Dennis.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you all for being here. You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:20, or download the podcast, watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture, or using your favorite podcast app. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.